My dear child, there truly is a plan. Trust that and know you are right where you are supposed to be. So, you may find that there are areas you are getting stuck on, areas where you are having trouble letting go, and even though you know they don't serve you. For others, if you receive news that changes your plans or experience some kind of setback or delay, try not to react negatively. So don't get upset or frustrated. Remember, divine timing is at work in your life. Instead, stay positive and be patient. So embody your full divinity and open your heart to bring yourself into alignment with the most loving and highest vibrational reality possible. And the universe is watching how you respond to these changes because you are being set up for bigger blessings and more abundance. The blessings that are about to flow into your life will come with another level of responsibility, for some of you, another tax bracket. So let your light shine and know that you are so loved, so blessed, and so supported by myself and the universe, and you absolutely got this. So, my child, know that your default mode is fine because you don't want the world to know about your problems, and you don't want strangers and sometimes even close friends knowing how much you are really suffering. So, why? Because you were taught not to complain, because you feel like your problems pale in comparison to everyone else is. So, because you feel like you can handle everything on your own and you have 1,000 excuses for why you have been ignoring your problems and pretending you are fine. But just because you can get through the day like this does not mean that you should, and you are allowed to get emotional. You are allowed to be upset, you are allowed to have worries and fears and complaints, and even if your life is okay overall. So don't stuff your emotions away and let your truth out, and it might help you feel better. So, my child, know that. If you believe that when life gets better, you will feel better, and you are setting yourself up for disappointment. And the only way to be happy is to feel satisfied with your journey to creating more, and you are the same person with the same emotions, and no matter where you are or what you have. You are the constant, the journey is the change. Work on how you want to feel before the results arrive at your door. So, focused positive emotions make that you desire manifest faster. My child, know that you have no idea what kind of blessings are coming your way right now, and the ebbs and flows of the universe are in your favor. You are learning to rest, relax, and recover when it feels like you are forcing anything, And just as a seed has a gestation period before sprouting and a baby requires times in the womb before birth. So, to do your dreams require this period of incubation. Have a patience, for everything you have dreamed of is manifesting in due time. So, my child, know that. The real magic is when you don't know how it is going to happen, and you don't know if you are ever going to make it. You don't know where this road will take you or if it's even taking you anywhere at all. But still, you step forward and keep showing up. Even on your hardest days, sometimes your steps are small. So other times they are a little bigger, but you are not worried about the pace because you trust that what is meant for you would not miss you, that you are exactly where you are meant to be in this moment. So the real magic is when your mind tries to convince you that you can't, but you step forward and try anyway because your beating heart tells you that you can. The real magic is you, and it's your courage and commitment, your belief in a universe where all things are possible. Your refusal to listen to the outer voices over that quiet voice within, it is in your breath and it is in your energy. It is who you are at your core, and you are the gift, and you are the spark, you are the magic. My child, know that life may be a little mess up and broken right now, but it is impossible to sort through and its pieces and start again. Hang in there and keep holding on to yourself. Waiting is this not season may feel like a forever journey, but I promise you there is hope beyond matter how messy things are right now. You have what you need to get this. Trust that, know your life back in order again. Believe that in your own time you will rearrange this messiness into something beautiful again. My child, know that. There will be many things in life that you would not have control over, and they will cripple you, hurt you, break you into pieces. But they will also build your character, change you completely as a person. And so, when you encounter them, don't fear them, welcome them as opportunity to grow to be a better version of you. And you will be hurt, but in the same process, you will learn how to find a stronger you. My child, know that. The road to happiness is made of 1,000 pivots, and it is not that you take a leap once, but that you keep leaping in the direction of what warms your chest and makes life feel worthwhile. And it is not that you move out of your comfort zone once, but that you keep returning to the place and that you want to become your default. The space in which you will build what you are most proud of and what you most want to become. It is not that you are brave for one daring moment, but that you learn to live at the edge of your comfort no longer resting on what is easy, but learning into what is challenging and enriching and gorgeous and true. The life you aspire to is bigger than you, and that is the entire point. And the idea is that there is something inside of you reaching for a greater reality, and one that you will have to build moment by moment, piece by piece, and choice by choice. One that you will have to build moment by moment, piece by piece, choice by choice, and you are not behind for the ways in which life did not turn out the way you wanted it to be. The gap between where you are and where you most want to be will be filled by the person you became. And that is why we have dreams in the first place, not so that we might arrive somewhere one day in which all will be perfect, but that we will press up against the bounds that we think limit us and move beyond them to see with crystalline clarity that we are limitless beyond even our own comprehension. We don't only have to grow, we also have to learn. We have to confront our shadows and our demons. We have to know the ways in which we are inclined to self destruct. We have to understand what we do, not want life to be before. We can grasp what we do, becoming the whole of who we are is not a matter of solely embodying the beautiful thing in our heart, but also befriending the hard ones, making space for ourselves to be as human as we are divine, knowing that it is only in this temporary, fleeting moment that we will ever get to experience such a thing, and knowing that it is not only for a moment that we will reside at the edge of everything and all of the past behind us and all of the potential in front. One day you will look back and realize this was the moment before it all changed for good. My child, know that. Learn to go with the flow and take each day as it comes. Slow down and listen and accept your thoughts and let them come and go. Take back your power, push your passions, chase your dreams, shape your future, forge your own path. Don't be afraid of making the wrong choices, be only afraid of never having the courage to try something new. So step out of your comfort zone and back into yourself and into who you are becoming and express loudly. Bloom widely, live boldly, get out of your own damn way, and it is you versus you, and it is always been you as you. So, my child, know that. All is well, yes, all is fundamentally well, does not mean all is well on the surface of things, does not mean all is perfect, nor does it mean all feels well. It does not mean God is in control. He has a purpose for the world, for you, and He will work it all out in His perfect timing. Knowing this feeling, it deep in your soul means not being upset by the surface wrongness of things, temporary and wrongs. And you can walk through it all secure in the fundamental goodness of God and His plan. Your feelings are not facts. Remind yourself often, and all is well. My child, know that. Relationships are like mirror and they simply reflect what is already within, but our ego never wants to see what is within and it's more interested in the you versus me game. Whenever we villainize the other, we are missing the core lesson that we are supposed to face unless it's something absolutely toxic and abusive. Pointing fingers is never a good idea for a healthy relationship, and accept that relationships are there to mirror each other wounds. And when you stop running away, not from just the other person but also yourself, and you will see the actual lesson. And when people see relationship as a mean to accept and heal their wounds instead of escaping themselves, they stop playing the you versus me game, and relationships are mirrors and you see yourself in the other. So my child, know that. When we are moving through scared transitions, timing is everything, and the timing is not always something, and that is within our control. Instead, this timing is being governed by the divine plan of our lives, and that is organizing and orchestrating everything we need. So, at the exact time we need it, and working with the divine plan requires a lot of trust and surrender. On some level, it is where we hand over the idea that we are in full control of our lives, and instead we allow a higher energy, be it our higher self or our soul, to guide our lives. And this process asks us to trust that there is a larger part of us and that can see the big picture, and there is a part of us that know what is right for us and is constantly trying to lead us to the higher part of us communicates truth us through our intuition. And with that being said, following the divine plan is all about listening to our inner guidance and courageously following where it is asking us to go. So, living in alignment with the divine plan will often mean letting go of what no longer serves us or whatever we have outgrown, letting go of ideas, plans, or desires that we are fixated on or attached to, and allowing life to show us what is truly right for us. And while this is a sacred and beautiful process, it's not always the easiest to navigate. And releasing our plan and following this invisible divine plan can be challenging. Surrendering is not always smooth sailing, and trusting your inner guidance is not always easy. Embrace where you are right now and allow yourself to learn and grow from your present moment, circumstances, and harmonize in the present. There is always something much bigger than you can see happening, and you can't always see the whole picture, but it does not mean that never there is not a plan. As you let go of the resistance, you then open up to the possibilities that were right in front of you all along. So trust the process. So, my child, know that. The principle involved is perfectly simple, but unfortunately, the doing of it is anything but easy. Now, why should this be so? Their answer lies in the extraordinary potency of habit, and habits of thinking are at once the most subtle in character and the most difficult to break. It is easy, comparatively speaking, to break a physical habit if one really means business because action on the physical plane is so much slower and more palpable than on the mental plane. In the dealing with habits of thought, however, we control, so to say, stand back and take a comparatively detached view as we can in contemplating our actions. Our thoughts flow across the stage of consciousness in a unbroken stream and so rapidly that only unceasing willingness can deal with them. For this reason, many people became discouraged with themselves and include in a great deal of self-condemnation because they do not very speedily change the whole current of thought over the world, and this of course it is a capital mistake and incredibly self-condemnation being an essentially negative also therefore unrighteous thoughts tend to produce still more trouble in the old vicious circle. So, if you are not progressing as a fast and as you wish to, the remember is to be still more careful to hold only harmonious thoughts. Do not dwell upon your mistakes or upon the slowness of your progress, but claim the presence of God with you, and all the more in the teeth of the discouraging suggestion. Claim wisdom, claim power or prosperity in prayer. Believe in the reality of your own imaginal acts, for faith is loyalty. Although unseen by the outer world is an external fact, and your loyalty to its unseen reality will cause the unseen to become seen by the world. This is the practical side of this night. You and I can lift the cross from our own shoulder. For as I lift your cross, I am lifting mine, and in a way, I do not know the burden is lifted from me. Everyone you meet is yourself made visible, for there is nothing but yourself in the world. My child, know that. How do you feel when you are not working, when you are stopped being productive, and when you are not accomplishing anything? How do you feel? Probably for most of us, we feel empty, depressed, guilty, or anxious when we slow down and stop working. So instead, we choose to stay busy and distracted. But overthinking is costly. It can be have an over physical, mental, emotional, relational, and spiritual well-being. We became a human doing instead of a human being. We miss out on the things in life that are most enjoyable and meaningful: loving relationships, delightful experiences, creative expression, passionate pursuit, and intimacy with God. Being busy or overworking puts us in a stress mode that's out of sync with God's loving presence and the people around us. In the end, it is actually less productive than scheduling time for rest, relationships, and prayers, lecture. We work, relying on God's memory and grace to us through Jesus in the opposite of living a hurried, busy, and success driven life. And we learn to stop trying to control our lives and make things work out. We work at not letting other people or other work things control our lives. Instead, we go to God and His ambassadors in the body of Christ, as Paul teaches in He given us love and blessings, and we receive. He gives us dreams and directions, and we follow. Or, as Paul wrote, in Him we live and move and have our being. To have our being in God is a matter of growing our faith by putting our trust in God and practicing spiritual disciplines to our greatest in the position to reset in God and respond to Him, and that is the goal to live with our souls at rest in God and as we do all that we do. So, my child, know that Samuel, king Nasaha of Ammon, led this army against the Israeli towns of Jezreel. But the people of Jabesh wanted peace. They said that they would be their servants if they signed a treaty. King Nasiha would only agree if he would gouge out the right eye of all the people, and when Saul heard this, he has overcome with his spirit of the Lord and became very angry. Saul gathered an army and launched a surprise attack on his Ammonites. To Israelis won and celebrated the Ammonites. The Israelis were filled with joy. So Samuel gave his farewell address to the people of Israel. Samuel reminded the Israeli of all the great things the Lord has gone for them, and Samuel told them to not to their back on a God and to continue to worship them. So Samuel said that he would continue to pray for them and teach them to serve for Lord and fear him. And Saul was 30 years old when he became king of Israel. He reigned for 42 years. The Israelis are fighting for you. But the Philistines brought as many of 30,000 chariots and as many men as the grain of sand on his sea sword. The Israeli ran from the Philistine army. Saul was told by Samuel to wait for him for 7 days. And on the seventh day Samuel had not come yet, so that Saul did the offering. Samuel arrived. Samuel told Saul that he had sinned and not kept the Lord's command. Johnson, the son of Saul, and his armor-bearer went to the Ammonites' camp. Jonathan asked God to slow him if they should fight them or not by how they responded to them coming, and if they said, "Stay where you are or we will kill you," then they would not fight. But if they said, "Come and fight," then they would fight, for the Lord would be with them. And the Ammonites told Jonathan and his armor-bearer to fight them, and they did and killed Ammonites. Israel defeated the Ammonites, and the Lord saved Israel that day. Samuel told Saul that God wanted him to completely destroy the nation of Amalek, but Saul instead kept the best of the sheep, goats, cattle, and lamb. God told Samuel that he rejected Saul because Saul did not follow his commands. Samuel told Saul this and that he would no longer ride over Israel. And the priest shall make an atonement for the soul that sinneth ignorantly, when he sinneth by ignorance before the Lord, to make an atonement for him. It shall be forgive him. And ye shall have one law for him, and that sinneth through ignorance, and both for him that is born among the children of Israel, and for the stranger that sojourneth among them, and but the soul that does out presumptuously. So whether he be born in the land or a stranger, the same reproached the Lord, and that soul shall be cut off from among his people. Because he hath despised the word of the Lord, and hath broken his commitment, that soul shall utterly be cut off, and his inquiry shall be upon him. So type yes if you have faith and trust in universe and God, and if you want your all wishes comes true, type amen. And if you like this video, please do subscribe my channel for more encouraging God words. It will also help you and increase your mental power. So tell me in comment section if you like my video. I'm waiting for you. So till then, take care, love you all, and bye bye.